I mean, what a season, a treble for them. And yeah, I mean, it's funny though, isn't it? Because when you look at what Sonia Bonpastor was brought in for, you would probably say the priority was the Champions League, but you cannot write off how brilliant that season's been for them.
No, exactly that. I think, look, Chelsea, we all know it's kind of looming, isn't it, over them, this Champions League and trying to get that. And, they got to the semi-final and was well beaten in that. But I think we can't, shy away from how good they've been domestically. I mean, in recent seasons, they've only just narrowly won the league at the end of the season. Arguably, people would say, were they on the decline a little bit? But to bounce back this season and go for a transition season they have, bring in a new manager, new players, new backroom staff, to go and do the treble, and an invincible treble, by the way. Only drawing 3 games throughout the whole season. First team to do it in a 22-game league. Pretty incredible. And
it is. And without Sam Kerr, essentially without Lauren James for a lot of the season. What do the other teams need to do, though? I mean, City obviously crippled by injury, so they could, if they can get their players fit, that will help. But the rest of them?
Yeah, I think City were the team that everybody was talking about that might challenge Chelsea this season. Having signed Vivian Miedema and already having big signings already, we thought might be the team. But still, the squad depth is too small to compete, in my opinion, on all fronts. And I think that's where they fell short. Qualifying for the Champions League, they probably didn't have the players to manage across that season. So they fell a bit short. So they certainly need to invest in more players. They need a bigger squad for next year. Arsenal, I think they come to form when they changed the manager, showing some real good consistency now in the Champions League final at the weekend. So I think for them, they need to be more consistent. I think what they lack is consistency. I think if they can get that over a season, they're probably somebody that can challenge next year. But it is about the depth. And, we heard Mark Skinner, the Man United manager, talking yesterday. They're going to struggle next year. They've qualified for the Champions League, but, there's no investment there from the men's side. So to bring more players, to strengthen them to compete, they're falling short in that area.
It is strange. I mean, a lot of the United hierarchy were there, so Jim Ratcliffe wasn't there, and that sends out not a great message, I don't think.
Yeah, exactly that. There's been lots of negative messages coming out of Manchester United. Certainly, when it comes to their women's team, there was talk of them being moved from, their training facility into a cabin, for the men to fit into, and it doesn't look great. And then, as I say, they qualified for the Champions League, and then they get to the third FA Cup. In their 3 years on the bounce. They've only been, together for only 7 years, so not long as a team. And they're achieving these things with not much backing. And the question mark would be is if they had a little bit more backing and investment, behind them, what could this team achieve?